Today we're going to be talking about, oh, and Amy as well. Today we're going to be talking about plant growth regulator and microbes and how they play an important role in sustainable agriculture. So the purpose of us doing these education series is to share our knowledge with our growers. As growers here in North America, they are starting to adopt biofertilizers, and we're here to share different aspects of microbes and how they work within the soil. Often enough, people ask me what's the difference between a plant growth regulator and a biofertilizer and a biostimulant and a biofertilizer. This webinar, we hope to unpack those answers and share that knowledge with you. This is not meant to be a sales pitch. It is meant, really to share education. There will be a question and answer period at the end of this session. So if you have any questions during the presentation, I encourage you just to type it in the chat area, and then this way we can address them once the presentation is over. We're anticipating the presentation to be anywhere between 20 minutes to 30 minutes maximum. Is that right, Ankita?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then the rest of it is to answer any questions you have. So without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to Ankita.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Lee. Good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Ankita, working as Senior Science Officer at Nurture Growth Biofertilizer, and I worked as Scientific Officer in Organic Farming Department in Ministry of Agriculture in India, and conducted many training programs to create awareness about organic and natural farming, uh, principle and practices of crop protection and crop production for students, agriculture people, industry people, agriculture growers and farmers. And my area of work is focused on biofertilizer, organic fertilizer, biocontrol agent, and different microbes. So today I am going to talk about the topic, the science behind plant growth regulators and how these microbes can revolutionize farming. In today's presentation, uh, are you g- are you guys are able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Oh,
screen.
okay, sure. So in today's presentation, this is the agenda of today's presentation. We are going to talk about plant growth regulators and the interconnection of plant, soil, and microbes. And what are plant growth promoting microbes, role of microbes in plant growth, role of plant growth promoting rhizobacteria in sustainable agriculture, and how these microbes influence plant growth, and what is the application of these microbes in sustainable agriculture, influence of these microbes in plant growth and soil health, and benefit of these microbes in sustainable agriculture. We'll talk about some practical tips and challenges, and nurture growth biofertilizer as well, and with the conclusion. Uh, okay, so let's start the presentation. So since we all know that all over the world, since the population is growing day by day, and to fulfill the need of food for this growing population, we need to increase more food, and we have to increase our production. And to grow more food, nowadays synthetic fertilizers are being used by the farmers all over the world. And up to some extent, these synthetic fertilizers are able to increase the crop production, but there are number of harmful effects in our soil, water, air, and health. And overall, it is harmful for our ecosystem. Since so, uh, what is the other we can say what is the alternative for this synthetic fertilizer, or how we can reduce the negative impact of this synthetic fertilizer? So we should go towards sustainable and more efficient agriculture practices. So we can go towards sustainable agriculture, and we can use different practices like organic practices, natural practices. And in this regard, microbes play a major role and are a great component in these sustainable agriculture practices. These microbes are natural alternative to these fertilizers. And by using these microbes, we can improve our soil health, we can protect our soil, plants, human health, and as well as our environment and whole ecosystem. So these microbes, how they work is they act as a plant growth regulator by promoting, sorry, they act as a natural plant growth regulator by promoting healthy plant development because they have the ability to provide essential nutrients to plant, and they increase the nutrient uptake of plant. They maintain the health of soil, and finally they reduce the dependency of chemical fertilizers. So it's a great alternative using microbes in our farming to go towards sustainable agriculture. So before going in detail, we should understand, since we are talking about microbes, so there is a need to understand the interconnection between the plant, soil, and microbes, because these microbes are present and how they show their activity, right? So these microbes, there is a close interaction between these microbes with plant and soil. Plant root exudates certain type of organic nutrients and signaling molecules which attract these microbes. And in response to these compounds, the microbes break down they show their metabolic activity, and they break down the complex nutrients and make them simple form and make them available for plants so that plants can easily uptake these nutrients. And this is helpful in the growth and development of plant, and ultimately will get a good yield if the plant is healthy and able. Lots of nutrients are available for plants can roots can absorb that nutrition, and it is helpful for the growth and development of plant, and ultimately the result will be good yield. So this is the way how the plants and the microbes play an important role in the uh, uh, growth in the development of growth and development of plant, and ultimately we can get good yield. So what are plant growth promoting microbes? So these are the microbes which help the plant to grow more efficiently because of number of properties which we are going to talk in detail in the coming slides. And if we break plant growth promoting bacteria or microbes, there are two categories. So first is plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, and the second is plant growth promoting fungi. There are number of microbes, but in general, we divided here in two parts to make it to understand it in a simple way. So plant growth promoting bacteria are the group of bacteria that colonize rhizosphere and helpful for the plant growth. There are number of microbes as Rhizobium, Pseudomonas, Azotobacter, and all. And the plant growth promoting fungi are the beneficial fungi which are helpful for enhancing the growth and development by different ways. So there are a number of fungi which are responsible for, which act as a plant growth promoting microbes, which are Trichoderma, Penicillium, Aspergillus, mycorrhizal. So there are a number of microbes. These are just some examples of beneficial bacteria and fungi. Now, what is the role of microbes to enhance growth and productivity of crops, and what is the role, like how they show their activity, what is the mode of action? So, to understand this, the role of plant growth promoting bacteria as well as in fungi, there are different methods. For example, they have the ability to break down the complex compounds which are present in the soil. For example, phosphorus solubilization. There is phosphorus solubilizing bacteria which are present in the soil, which make this phosphorus, which convert the phosphorus from complex to simple form so that plant can easily absorb it. The other is biological nitrogen fixation. For example, since we all know that our atmosphere has lots of nitrogen, right? It's around 78% of nitrogen is present in our environment, but plants are not able to intake that nitrogen directly. So there is a need to fix this atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into some simple form so that plants can absorb that nitrogen. So these nitrogen fixing bacteria play a great role in fixing this atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into a simple form so that plant can absorb it directly. So these beneficial microbes play a great role in converting nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and other micronutrients and make them available for plants so that plant can easily intake them and use it for their growth and development. The other thing, so these phosphorus, nitrogen, and potash, and these providing these micronutrients is a direct way of mode of action of microbes. There is some indirect way also where they can produce certain antibiotic and enzyme production, production of phytohormones, which is helpful in the phytohormones are helpful in obviously the growth and development of plants because this thing I will discuss in detail in next slide. Antibiotic and enzyme production also they are so these beneficial microbes have the ability to increase the growth and production of plant, as well as they up to some extent they have the ability to restrict the entry of any harmful pathogen, or some extent they are able to suppress their growth also. So these are the roles of microbes in the growth and development of plant. So let's talk about plant growth promoting bacteria. So there are two mechanisms by which plant growth promoting bacteria works. So first is the direct mechanism in which like nitrogen fixation, phosphorus solubilization, as I was talking about in the previous slide, and phosphorus solubilization. So these all comes under direct mechanism in which the microorganisms have the ability to convert the complex form of essential nutrients into the simpler form and make them available for plants. The indirect method of these microorganisms is it includes number of ways. So first is the siderophore production. So siderophores are the iron chelating compounds, and in this process, what happens is the if iron is present in the soil, so they have the ability to bind with the iron and make it available for plants. The second is the induced systemic resistance. So these microbes have the ability to induce the plant's systemic resistance, so that they can survive themselves against number of abiotic challenges or against certain pathogenic attack as well. So hydrolytic enzyme production is also, these are some enzymes which are helpful in restricting the growth and development of any harmful pathogens. And plant protection activity, it contains production of volatile organic compounds, antibiotic compounds. So they all comes under indirect mechanism by which they are helpful in growth and development of plant, as well as to control the harmful pathogens or harmful fungi, bacteria, which may cause uh, any difficulties to plan. So this way we can see that there are two mechanisms by which these microbes work. Now, how microbes influence plant growth. So let's discuss them one by one. First is the enhancing nutrient uptake. So these microbes have a important role in nutrient uptake as by improving the nutrient uptake in plants, they are helpful in contributing the growth and development of plants. And how they increase the nutrient uptake, because they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen by different nitrogen fixing bacteria. So there are a number of nitrogen fixing bacteria. Some are symbiotic, some are non-symbiotic. In symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria, these bacteria can make a symbiotic association with the root of plants. For example, Rhizobium, they make a symbiotic relation with the plant and they help the plant to grow, make the nitrogen available for plant, and in return they can survive in the root nodules and they can get their food in the form of sugar. Next is phosphorus solubilizing bacteria. So these are the example like how they convert the complex nutrients and make it in the simple form and helping in the nutrient uptake of plant. So next is production of plant hormones. So these beneficial microbes have the ability to produce phytohormones. There are a number of phytohormones like indole acetic acid, gibberellin, cytokinin, and ethylene. So they all have different mode of action. They work different ways. For example, indole acetic acid is helpful in cell division. Uh, Gibberellin is helpful in cell elongation. And so they have different mode of action. So by producing these plant hormones, they are helpful in they are helpful in a direct way to increase the growth and development of plant. Next is they can induce the stress tolerance in plant. So sometimes there are different abiotic stresses to plants. For example, there is heat or water sometimes it's not available, or water stress condition, or any type of abiotic stresses. And that time microbes are helpful in tolerating the plant to these type of stresses. For example, there are some microbes as Bacillus or Pseudomonas. They have the ability to produce abscisic acid. So abscisic acid is produced by these microbes, and which is helpful in closing the stomata in any type of uh, uh, water stress. So they give the signal to the plant, and they close their stomata and stop the further uh, loss of water. So these type of signaling are done by plant, these microbes, which are helpful in plant to tolerate these type of stress conditions. The next one is improving plant productivity. So introducing these beneficial microbes to plant or in the soil, in the rhizosphere, they show their activity, and they are helpful in the growth and development of plant. So this rhizosphere, we discussed this fourth point as introducing these beneficial microbes to plant is helpful. We can see this thing, we can explain this thing with this diagram. As we can see in this picture, the rhizosphere modification is helpful in improving the plant productivity. We can see that the plant growth is in normal rhizosphere is less, while when we inoculated the beneficial microbes in the rhizosphere, the plant growth in inoculated rhizosphere is more in comparison to the rhizosphere where which is normal. So it is helpful in the growth of plant, because the more microbes are there, the roots can absorb the more nutrients, and it can be used, these nutrients can be used in the growth and development of plant. Now let's see that what is the role of plant growth promoting microbes in sustainable agriculture. So there are number of plant growth promoting microbes as we are talking about, like Pseudomonas, Bacillus, uh, Azospirillum. There are number of plant growth promoting microbes. So they have number of roles as in the growth and development of plant and contributing to the sustainable agriculture, as they are helpful for the by providing the essential nutrients to the plant. They are helpful in the growth promotion activity of plant. They also have the disease resistant, they increase the disease resistant capacity of plant because certain some microbes have the ability to fight against diseases. So they act as, they have dual function. First, contributing towards the growth and development of plant. Second, by restricting the pathogenic attack. So helpful in disease resistance as well, and they have the ability to induce resistance system in plant, which we'll discuss in one slide about the systemic resistance in plant. So if the plant is getting more and more nutrients, so it is directly helpful in quality improvement of plant. And abiotic stress also, there are certain abiotic stresses where with the help of these microbes, the plant is able to tolerate these type of abiotic stresses. Yeah, so this is systemic resistance in plant. So these microbes have the ability to induce the systemic resistance in plants. This systemic resistance is of two types. First is systemic acquired resistance, and the second is induced systemic resistance. Systemic acquired resistance is usually initiated with any pathogenic attack. And whenever any pathogen is attacking the plant, so it involves salicylic acid signaling and PR protein. So whenever any pathogen is attacking a plant, so the related pathogen related proteins are initiated, genes are expressed in the plant, and by this process the plant is able to resist themselves against these type of pathogens. The second is induced systemic resistance, which involves jasmonic acid and ethylene signaling. And this type of resistance is effective against number of harmful pathogens as well as uh, insects as well. So now, what is the application of these microbes in sustainable agriculture? So plant growth promoting microbes, and there are a number of microbes which are work as a plant growth promoting bacteria and fungi. So biofertilizers are a great way by which we can use these microbes, and we can use these microbes in the agriculture in a simpler way, because these biofertilizers are the substance which contain living microbes, beneficial microbes, which are helpful in promoting plant growth by increasing the nutrient availability in the soil for plants, so the plant can absorb these nutrients, uh, and plant can use these nutrients for their growth and development. So in these type of biofertilizers, there are a number of biofertilizers. So some biofertilizer are especially for a single nutrients, but some are there is a consortia of microbes. So biofertilizers can be used as liquid form or solid form. They can use as a single nutrient substitute or as a multiple, or there are different type of biofertilizers in which number of microbes are present in all in together. So we can use that way also. So these biofertilizers are helpful in improving the plant performance, since biofertilizer not only provide essential nutrients to the plant, but also helpful in increasing the soil porosity. They are helpful in increasing the soil aggregation, and water retention capacity also of the plant is also increased. So uh, it has so many positive effects. So we can use it as a great alternative, or this is a, I can say this is a major component in sustainable agriculture, which we can use if we want to go towards sustainable agriculture. So this is one example in which we can see the garlic yield is increased with the use of biofertilizer. So in this experiment, what they have done, this is a research conducted in 2018, and they have used the regular dose of fertilizer, and they used beneficial microbes as in combination with regular dose of fertilizer. So what they have found that when they use the beneficial microbes with regular dose of fertilizer, they have seen the bulb weight, root length is maximum when they used it with regular dose of fertilizer. So using these biofertilizer with the regular dose of fertilizer is helpful in increasing the yield of our plant. This is the example in which we can see there is increase in the Brix level in apples. So apart from increasing the yield, there is other positive effect of this biofertilizer, which is Brix level. So whenever these biofertilizer are able to increase the Brix level in many fruit crops as apples and grapes and all. So this is an example in apple, where what they have seen is when they use recommended dose of fertilizer and when they use nitrogen fixing biofertilizer with plant growth promoting biofertilizers, they have seen the Brix level is increased. So so this way we can see that it is able by the use of biofertilizer, the Brix level is also increased. So what is the science behind this Brix level is, since normally how the plant make their food by the process of photosynthesis, in which plant use water and water and carbohydrate, carbon dioxide, sorry, to they intake it, and what they do is they release oxygen, and they release carbohydrate in the form of sugar. So by the use of these biofertilizer, plants are able to uptake more and more nutrients. If the plant is getting more and more nutrients, the plant green growth is increased. So more green surface area, more photosynthesis, more food, and ultimately more food means more sugar. So that is the reason of more Brix level in these fruits with the use of biofertilizer. Now, what is the influence of these microbes on plant growth and soil health? So these microbes, either we are talking about any type of bacteria, fungi, or algae, or symbiotic or non-symbiotic microbes. So these are helpful in the growth and development of plant in many ways. For example, uh, when we use these beneficial microbes, first is they maintain the microbial population, microbial consortia in the soil, and they are helpful in the plant growth promoting factors, factors as they act as a nitrogen fixing bacteria, they work as a phosphorus and potassium mobilizing bacteria, and make these essential nutrient available for plants. The second is sometimes they make the symbiotic relation with the plant, or sometimes they live freely in the soil. So both way they are helpful in providing essential nutrients to the plant. The next important thing is uh, these these microbes have the ability to increase soil aggregation, and when they increase the soil aggregation, it is directly related to increasing the soil porosity as well, and overall the soil health maintained by the use of these biofertilizer and these microbes. The other thing is apart from helping in the growth and development of plant, they also have the ability to to act as a biocontrol agent as well. So they have the ability to inhibit the growth of certain type of soil-borne pathogen or harmful pathogen, and save the plant from these type of pathogenic effect. And ultimately, by number of these beneficial properties, they help us to reduce our dependency upon chemical fertilizers. Now, this is the slide in which we are talking about benefits of microbes in sustainable agriculture. So first is the enhanced soil health. By using these beneficial microbes, this is helpful in improving soil structure and fertility, because by using these microbes, these are not only helpful in growth and development of plant, but also they are helpful in maintaining the soil health. They are helpful in increasing the soil aggregation and soil porosity, and helpful in overall soil health. The next is environmentally friendly. So these biofertilizers, they don't have any negative impact on our soil and plant and our environment, unlike synthetic fertilizers. So it is environmentally friendly alternative for us to use to make a healthier ecosystem. Next is improved plant growth. So these biofertilizer or these microbes are helpful in improve plant growth by providing different essential nutrients to the plant. The plants by this way, by providing nutrients to the plant root can absorb the nutrients, and it is helpful in the root development, shoot elongation, and overall yield of the helpful in the overall increase in yield of the plant of our crop. The next is enhancing nutrient availability. By these beneficial microorganisms help to provide and make available the essential nutrients as nitrogen, phosphorus, micronutrients, potassium, and all, and make them available for plant and helpful in nutrient uptake by plants. So these sustainable agriculture, so these use of these microbes and biofertilizer is a very beneficial way uh, for like making our soil healthy, making our crop healthy, for more produce, and growing our produce in a sustainable way. So this is a great component in sustainable agriculture. And by using these microbes and these beneficial microbes, it reduces our dependency on synthetic fertilizers. There are some challenges with these microbes. So first is storage and shelf life. So microbial products often have limited shelf life. So It depends upon which type of product are available in the market. So but usually there is this is the issue of shelf life, and storage is a thing. We have to maintain the specific requirement for these products. Next is environmental sensitivity. So field performance also, it depends upon how is the condition, like climatic condition, and sometimes soil and crop type. It depends upon different crop which we are using, which field we are using. And the other thing is results may vary. So the effectiveness of the microbes can vary upon. So it depends upon which type of soil we have, which type of climate we have. So sometimes there is sudden rainfall or any climatic changes which are not under our control. So it may depend, it may vary the results. So, and the next one is slow release of nutrients. So these biofertilizer, when we use it in the soil, there is a certain time to establish their to for these they need some certain time to establish themselves and they show their activity. So the release of nutrients is a little slow. The next challenge is lack of awareness and adoption. So many of farmers which are using synthetic fertilizer from long, and some farmers are not aware of the benefits of microbial solutions. And uh, if the farmer is using synthetic fertilizer from long time, and so there is they don't that feel that much comfortable in using new techniques or new microbes, and if they because they don't have the proper awareness of that thing. So we need to create awareness to everyone about these beneficial microbes, so that we can all go together towards sustainable agriculture. Next thing is quality control. So uh, quality control is also important, as in the market there are a number of products are available, and it is very important to check the quality, that whether the product is right or not. Sometimes the microbial products are not properly quality controlled, and they might the microbes which are present inside these products might lose viability. So there are so many things which we should keep in mind to use these microbes in our soil. So these are some practical tips for using microbes or these biofertility solutions. So first is soil testing. So before starting any type of microbes in our soil, we should start with soil testing. We should know what is the condition of our soil. So it is best to do soil analysis first, and then decide which type of nutrients are required to our crop and to our soil. The application timing is also important. So according to it depends upon the crop, which type of crop we are using. So for example, if we are using any crop, initial time for more green growth, we need more nitrogen. And in the later stage, when there is bud formation or fruit formation, we need more phosphorus. So it depends upon the critical growth stage of the plant also, like which type of biofertility product or how much we should use it when required. The other important thing is integration with other practices. So biofertility solutions are uh, good to to maintain our soil health as well as to increase our production, but it is best to use it in an integrated way. For example, we can integrate it in a certain organic mulching or any manure, so that we can see the better results of these products. And the next is monitoring progress. So regular assessment of the plant health is also very important to check their growth and development, like any type of sign and symptoms of any diseases or any type of these symptoms. We should keep monitoring the health of our plant so that we can use the proper things for the growth of our plants. So now let's talk about nurture growth biofertilizers. So nurture growth biofertilizer is a biofertilizer product which contain beneficial microbes as nitrogen fixing bacteria. For nitrogen fixing bacteria, it has both symbiotic as well as non-symbiotic bacteria. for symbiotic bacteria, it has Rhizobium. For non-symbiotic, it has Azotobacter. For phosphorus solubilizing bacteria, Bacillus pumilus and Bacillus subtilis is present. So there are other beneficial microbes, micronutrients are also present. So overall, it is a compact form in which there are number of microbes are present in a single product. So which is helpful in the growth and development of plants. So these microbes altogether are helpful in providing all the essential nutrients to the plant. For example, these nitrogen fixing bacteria are helpful in providing in fixing the atmospheric nitrogen and make it available for plants. Similarly, it can provide phosphorus and other micronutrients. So it is helpful in the growth and development of plant, as well as it is helpful in improving the soil health and water retention uh, capacity of plants. Since it has bacillus and it with the help of other beneficial microbes, it is helpful in increasing the soil aggregation as well as soil porosity. So helpful in maintaining the water retention capacity of plant as well. So because of the presence of these microbes, it is helpful in growth and development of plant. It enhances the nutrient availability and uptake of plant. And it is helpful in tolerating to plant to certain abiotic stresses as well because of the presence of these microbes. And it is 100% certified organic and chemical free product. And it is overall all-in-one treatment, right? Because we are getting all the beneficial microbes in a single product. So this was all about nurture growth biofertilizers. And if you have any question regarding this, you can ask in the end of the presentation. Now let's conclude the presentation. Since we all know that for the increasing population, we need to grow more produce, we need to grow more food to enhance this, to meet the this food requirement of plant. And uh, actually the thing is how much food we are growing right now. There is an estimation that by 2050 we need to produce around double the quantity of food which we are growing right now, because the the population is growing so fast, and to fulfill the need of this growing population, so we need to grow more and more food. And since completely relying upon these synthetic fertilizer is not good, because we all know that there are number of adverse effect of these synthetic fertilizer in our soil, in our plants, and as well as our human health, and as well as our ecosystem, right? So there is a need to go towards sustainable agriculture, and integrating these beneficial microorganisms into these farming practices is a great alternative to go towards sustainable agriculture. And these plant growth promoting microbes are essential because of they have so many properties, as they are helpful in enhancing nutrient availability. They are helpful in making these nutrients available, as well as helpful in uptaking the nutrients to the plant. They produce plant growth regulating hormones, which is also helpful in growth and development of plant. And as well as they are helpful in the initiating the resistance system in plant. So ultimately, by looking towards the benefits of these microbes, we should definitely go towards these using these microbes, and microbes in our farming. We should try using these practices in our farming system, and we should go towards sustainable farming so that we can produce more, as well as we can maintain our agriculture and our ecosystem safe for us as well as for our future generation. So thank you so much. This is all about today's presentation. Now you are welcome to ask any question regarding this presentation.